We're here, it's May 7th, 2019, for the opening of the auditorium at Etiwanda High School. You see there's a lot of seats up there. They're going to be filled later, but before that, the jazz band's going to perform on the stage here.
High School Jazz Ensemble number 1. It's our pleasure to be here this evening performing some fun tunes for you as we begin to get ready to do the ceremony to open this wonderful, wonderful building. So we're going to play a couple more songs. And right now, on this chilly night, we're going to bring our vocalist up, and she's going to do a nice little pretty ballad for you entitled Bewitched. Julianne Verona.
trousers that cling to him.
So that was Julian Verona singing a classic, Bewitched. And we're going to do a more contemporary tune by Gordon Goodwin featuring the entire trumpet section on solos. And this is called Back Row Politics, because they're in the back row and they always have to negotiate things.
Etiwanda High School. Yeah, give it up, there you go. Welcome to the dedication of our new classroom building and auditorium. I am Don Jaramillo, principal of Etiwanda High School. Before we begin our dedication, I'd like to thank the members of our Etiwanda Jazz #1 under the direction of Susie Marin. Great job. And thank you to our ASB, Student Achievement Cheers, Student Senate, and their advisors for being part of today's ceremony. We are here to celebrate the newest building addition to our Etiwanda High School campus and to the Chaffee District, and again, we are honored to have you here. As Walt Disney stated at the grand opening of Disneyland, our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Thank you to our Board of Trustees, Dr. Holton, and most importantly, our community for believing in and having the courage to support Measure P, Eagle Pride. Again, welcome, thank you for being here at this wonderful event. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Superintendent of the Chaffee Joint Union High School District, Dr. Matt Holton.
Good evening. Thank you for being here. This is a historic day, and we're excited to celebrate. It just seems like, well, not too long ago when we were just a little bit over that way, that looked a lot different back then, and we were groundbreaking for this event, and so it has obviously come a long way. Back in 2008 was my first year as superintendent in the district, and like most superintendents, what I did was I walked each campus, talked to as many staff members as I could, met with the leadership teams and so on, to kind of go on a listening tour, if you will. That included what's working in the district, and if you had a magic wand, what would you change in the district? And I will never forget the meeting that I had at Etiwanda High School, because Etiwanda was built at a time where the state funding only allowed for what they believed were the necessities at a high school back then, which means classroom buildings and an NPR for the most part. They didn't believe that auditoriums were a necessity because funding was tough when this school was built back in 1983. They didn't believe in stadiums. As long as you had a field out there, you could play at another individual school, and you could graduate elsewhere if you needed to, and so on. So this school was built on bare bones. There were a sea of portables just west of me, and yet they were this extremely high-performing school with incredible staff members, with incredible students. And I walked out of that meeting and they said, there's just really one concern, and that is we would just like to be a little bit more equitable with some of our sister schools in the district. Los Osos had just been built with all the amenities, and you certainly couldn't blame them. And again, I remember walking out thinking, how in the world will we ever be able to do that? A few years later, we embarked on a series of events that led to a facilities master plan, which included talking to community members, students, parents, staff members, and really kind of determining in the future what would we like our district to look like at each schools, and what are our desires and wants, what are our needs. And this facilities master plan was developed with input from everyone. Then the challenge was, how do we pay for that? And I will tell you, it was the strong courage of the Board of Trustees at a time back in 2012 when the economy wasn't at its height. And matter of fact, it was challenging, but they believed in this community, and the community showed up. Just about every elected official supported and endorsed this bond. We passed it at an extremely high rate, and the community, once again, was overwhelmingly supportive. But I remember this community, this immediate community right here, thinking, just seeing the sparkle in their eyes when they saw that pass, thinking, you know, we might get a fully developed school. And sure enough, we're just about here with this. So you know about the stadium, you know about all of the facilities that they have, state-of-the-art out there. This building behind us is the largest building in the Chaffee Joint Union School District. It is. But just think about a building with 100,000 square feet. a building with 50 classrooms, and by the way, a large auditorium right in the middle of it. When you do have an opportunity to visit this in just a few minutes when we cut the ribbon, just don't get lost, because you can in this building, and it's pretty exciting to see that. So I'd like to introduce our board to you. We have our board president, John Reinhardt. Board vice president, Art Bustamante. Board clerk, Sherry McGaw. Board member Sue Ovid. And board member Gil Zendejas. Thank you to each of you. We have a number of individuals out here in the audience who are here tonight, and again, it just shows your support, and we really appreciate that. So I'm going to introduce a number of individuals, and kind of hang with me. The San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools is here tonight, Ted Alejandre. Thank you, Ted. The Mayor Pro Tem of Rancho Cucamonga, Len Kennedy, is here. Rancho Cucamonga Council members Ryan Hutchinson and Christine Scott are here. And I'll tell you, this Rancho Cucamonga mayor and council, I remember going to their council meeting and asking for their endorsement, and we couldn't even get the words out of our mouth, and they were endorsing that and supporting our direction. So just a special group, and we really appreciate the support that they have. This next individual is special too. She was, back in high school, she was an individual who sat on the school board as the student rep, representing about 20,000 students at the time. And now she is our county supervisor, and that's Janice Rutherford, and she is here tonight. Chaffey College Board of Trustees and #1 fan Gary Ovid is here tonight. Way in the back. Etiwanda School District Board of Trustees, I believe Brenna Cadman is here. Thank you for being here. Along with her superintendent, Sean Judson, and Vern Judson. Incredibly supportive group of individuals that protect this city. We have our Rancho Cucamonga Fire Chief and parent in the district, Ivan Roher. Raise your hand, Ivan, way in the back. Along with the individual I work so closely with, and that's Rancho Cucamonga Police Chief Donnie Mahoney. Representing Senator Mike Burrell, Representative Maddie Bogg is here. Thank you, Maddie. Congressman Pete Aguilar, Representative Danny Mila. Assemblyman James Ramos, Representative Jarrell Varela. County Supervisor, County Superintendent, Rancho Cucamonga.
Man, those are big scissors. Don't drop them on your foot.
Okay, once again, this is history in the making. Hold on. Everyone has their cameras ready. So the significance of cutting the ribbon symbolizes that the building is now ready, and those are probably the biggest scissors I've ever seen in my life. Looks like Game of Thrones over there.
Yeah.
So what I'd like you to do is get your scissors ready. You are getting into a situation where you're on the ribbon. I'm going to count to 3. I need everyone to help me count to 3. Wow. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Thank you once again, everyone, for your support. The doors to the building will be open right on this side over here and that side over there. Please come inside the building. Have the first look.
All right, I'm in the lobby. I'm going to go into the theater. that's why they brought the horns in, huh? Very nice.
I bet he just couldn't hear you.
Here's the view out the window from the second floor. There's where the dignitaries and all of us were. Oh, they're waving across the other side.
We have the same lunch next year. We should eat lunch here. Yeah, we should.
There's the outside of Etiwanda High School. This building's really impressive. And there's the hallway that Austin said looks like the typical 80s movie involving high school kids screwing around. This is the opposite hall. We know English and sciences are on the other side. We're going to find out what's up here. This is from the north hallways. There's the band tearing down.